Let's get this ball rolling.
I still miss them. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I should actually go to the store. Hang on. Wait.
It's okay. I'm not scared anymore.
Well, you should be. I've not been able to get frickin' Siren.
Again,
I haven't tried so hard.
I still miss them.
I got Modernia again.
Sorry.
And then I also got Aid for the first time. Okay, so that's what I was assuming. I was talking with a friend and he was showing pics. I'm like, he's fucking spoiling it for me. But it seems like they're gonna go back to try and save her. Oh my god, look at that. I gotta throw together a team.
If you call, I will come.
I will go with you.
Scarlet and Litter.
I remember when I first opened my eyes and found myself here. An infinite black void. All that stared back at me was cold seawater.
When you stare into the void stares back at you.
Which Gluttony had swallowed.
I know I'm talking over.
As well as a red core. At first, I used my abilities to try every possible method of escape. I tried shooting bubbles at the core. I tried using my Kotodama. None of it worked. Gluttony was different than ordinary raptures.
He's so fat.
It was moving by primal instinct alone. The result was
like
that
Snow
my
White.
Kotodama had no effect on it. Gluttony seemed to prioritize its urge to consume above all other instincts. When
like Snow White.
I exhausted all possible means of escape, I started to become afraid. Was I going to die in this place? Once I was digested, what kind of attack would Gluttony unleash on the outside world? What would happen if Gluttony found out about the nature of my bubbles? Was I doomed to fail once again? Without achieving anything?
Man, I haven't played through the main story yet. I wanna.
That moment that I remembered a promise I'd once made to a few friends.
I really hope she pops up in the main story.
She told me that from now on, our story was no longer one of failure, but
Nope. I didn't mean to click off like that. But a fairy tale.
one with a happy ending. I became determined not to give up. My friends were surely out there, trying their best in order to keep that promise too. I couldn't give up. I had to struggle with all my might in order to keep myself alive. I had to create more bubbles. I expanded the protective bubble around myself in order not to be detected by Gluttony's core. I gathered surrounding remnants from the surface and created a space where I could live. I crafted a tree out of bubbles, fabricated a bubble workshop, and built all the places where I lived with you guys. I also made dolls that resembled my friends and launched them up to the surface. I hoped that someday, perhaps my friends would encounter these doppelgangers and come looking for me. I continued making the bubbles and launching them up to the surface.
Okay, so she's made multiple doppelgangers.
Again and again. I did this. I waited for a long time.
She's done it multiple times.
At times, the loneliness was excruciating. I considered giving up more than once. But even in the deepest depths of my despair, my longing to see my friends trumped all else. I wanted to uphold the promise I made on that day, and so I strengthened my resolve countless times and pushed on. Then you guys came, swallowed whole by Gluttony.
Came and swallowed whole?
I was terribly worried for you all. But
I know, I'm fucking making
I was also
stupid jokes.
ecstatic to finally, during my time alone, I had learned how to control my Kotodama, and being able to talk, laugh, and live with you all filled me with ineffable joy. That's how much you all mean to me. Your presence here was a gift. I'm so glad I was able to meet you all. I'm not afraid of the end anymore. I'm no longer scared. I'm no longer lonely. So don't blame yourselves and live well.
Siren!
Mori opens her eyes.
What?
Oh good, they're back at the base camp. I can see Amanda right there. Above Mori is a ceiling of what appears to be a medical room.
Are you awake?
Who?
Nice to meet you. I'm Mana of the MMR squad.
Oh, there you go. Gonna be at the base camp. I'm probably not gonna appear in this story.
Whatever.
I'm off
I'll just do what I can.
doing whatever I'm doing. Fighting a freaking serpent thing in the swamp.
You're
What
rather
I'm doing.
tenacious foe.
You know, like, freaking Scholar just one-shots everything. The train in the
A
background.
commendable battle.
Are you Mori from the incubator squad?
Yes.
I see.
Where am I?
This is Reclamation Site 01. It's the first area on the surface that we've successfully reclaimed. Have you heard of it?
I have, but what am I doing here?
Once we were out of danger, Wardress brought you back here.
Are Mihara and Yuni?
They're outside. Would you like to go meet them?
Yes.
Mori.
Mihara, what happened to Gluttony? Where's Siren?
Gluttony left.
No. Is there any way we can follow it? We need to go save Siren.
It's possible for us to track it, but
Then let's go. We have to hurry before it gets too far.
we can't do that.
What?
We can't go.
Do you hear what you're saying?
They have to go replace
Don't you wanna
the
save
bombs around their
Siren?
neck, don't they?
Of course I do. But tracking Gluttony is impossible.
Why not?
Mori, do you know what kind of rapture Gluttony is?
No, I don't. And I don't care. Besides,
No. This is something you need to know. Siren risked her life to save your own. I can't let you go rushing headlong into danger without knowing anything. Even if you end up throwing
Oops,
your
I
life
didn't mean
away
to skip that.
recklessly.
Even if because you want to save her.
All of Siren's sacrifices will be in vain. Gluttony appeared during the first Rapture invasion. A Tyrant-class Rapture. After humanity went into the Ark, it rarely showed up, and so the only information we have on it is from old records. It consumed an
100.
ICBM
Yep.
intended to destroy the lift, then expelled all that energy back at the launch site, and utterly decimated it. From that point on, humanity stopped using large-scale armaments against Rapture facilities. That's probably why Siren insisted on staying behind. If Gluttony digests the AA pillar, and the energy contained within it, this entire region would be wiped off the map.
is it really that dangerous?
Yes, it's a miracle that we were able to get out of that thing alive.
It is
And
dangerous.
here you are, wanting to rush back towards it. Are you sure you can do that? You're afraid of fighting run-of-the-mill ordinary raptures. When you stand in front of Gluttony, are you sure you won't lose your nerve? Besides, this isn't a problem which can be solved with willpower alone. Even if you are willing to risk your life, you most likely won't be able to make a dent in that beast. You'd be throwing your life away. I understand that it's a bitter pill to swallow, but there are some things which we are powerless to change. This is one of them. You can't do this, Mori. You must give it up. The best thing for us to do now is rest.
I wonder, you know what? Team up with the commander, see if I can do it. Maybe I can convince Nihilister
In the meantime,
to help me fight it.
we can take our time to mull this over. Let's go,
I'm not stupid. I know that. I know that if I go out there, I'm signing my own death warrant. That I might die without being able to do anything. Especially since we're talking about me. Someone who's afraid of even regular raptures. I realize I'd be powerless against something like Gluttony. You're right. The right thing for a weak Nikke from the incubator squad to do is give up. But I can't. I can't get it out of my head. I can't abandon her. She was the first person who told me she was glad I was alive. Even if I get chewed up, melted into a puddle, whatever it is, I want to go save her. I can't live knowing that she gave up her life for mine. So,
Mori kneels in front of Mihara and Yuni.
Mori.
Please. Just
She
this
kowtowing?
once.
I actually
Could you
surprised they didn't
help
show
me?
it.
I know what I did to you is unforgivable. I know how shameless this request is. I'm perfectly aware that I should be asking for forgiveness instead of a favor. So I'll do anything. If you go with me, I will do anything. I put my life entirely in your hands. If you tell me to submit a false report, I'll do it. I will give you anything and everything I have. You give the order, any order, and I'll obey. If you want me to die in your place, I'm willing to do it any time. So please, help me. Just this once. I don't have
You're
any
willing to
special
do
skills or
anything?
connections. All I can do is beg. So here I am, on my knees, begging you to help me chase after gluttony. Please.
I knew this would happen. Once someone has been shown love, they'll never give up.
Mihara and Yuni look at Mori.
Such affection. Such sorrow. I suppose we don't have much choice, do we? If you're that determined, Mori. Let's go save Siren.
Mihara.
But we can't rush in without a plan. Before we make our move, we need to find a clue as to how to take down gluttony.
Are you
If
gonna
we
talk
don't
with
do
Mana?
that, then this isn't a rescue
mean-
operation.
Realistically, the Ark should be on high alert, especially since it's, well, the AA pillar, right? So I'm sure they could probably, in my opinion, they probably could get a lot of assistance, like, hey,
But a suicide mission.
if gluttony, fully
Understand?
consumes the AA pillar, then there's gonna, bad shit's gonna happen.
I understand.
Be our highest priority right now.
All right then. Let's go see what we can find out.
She get help from other squads.
Just foe.
I can go further.
Go further
I'm on my way.
beyond.
Reload.
Temporary operation room in Reclamation Site 01.
So that's why you came to see me?
Yes, we came seeking whatever knowledge you have on gluttony.
I already provided you with all the basic information about gluttony.
Indeed, and we thank you for that.
So what more do you need to know?
Are you aware of there being any way to take it down?
Gluttony, you mean?
Yeah. I figured with you being the way you are, you'd have considered potential ways to eliminate it.
Me? Why would you think that?
When we were swallowed by gluttony, I heard you say to us, "Get away from there immediately." Isn't that because you were in the middle of dropping the AA pillar?
How did you know that?
We saw the AA pillar inside Gluttony's stomach.
The AA pillar is still inside gluttony?
Yes. In order to prevent that energy from being absorbed, the Nikke who saved our lives is still inside Gluttony. So, in order to rescue her, we need a way to subdue Gluttony, even if it's only momentarily. Is there any way to make that happen?
The fact that you all came back alive after being consumed by gluttony is surprising enough. Now I'm being told there's still someone inside? Is she a pilgrim?
We're not sure, but most likely, yes.
That at least increases our chances of a successful rescue. We're conducting joint research into this incident along with the central government,
Okay, good.
so I'm not at liberty to act on my own and divulge information.
I see.
What I can do for you is introduce you to someone else who could help. Would that be all right?
Wait, who's it gonna be?
Who would that be?
Better not be Ethel.
Hello. Since this is my first operation with Wardress, allow me to introduce myself.
Shifty.
I'm Shifty, an operator from the Central Government's Intelligence Division. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Shifty.
I'm seeing a few faces that don't belong to Wardress, at least according to the database. Since you mentioned this operation involves a few secret agents, I won't ask any questions.
That's very
Secret
considerate
agents.
of you.
Mana briefed me on the situation.
The Dark Lord.
You all escaped from inside Gluttony. And now you're planning to track it down in order to rescue the pilgrim that's still inside. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, to be honest, I feel realistically, I'm sure the government will be fine sacrificing because, I mean, Mori's going to be disposed of. Yuni is, you know, a criminal, and Mihara, they're kind of like whatever about her. So, I'm sure they're fine just sacrificing the three of them.
Is there any way we could receive support from the central government?
That
No.
would be somewhat difficult. Unless gluttony poses a direct threat to the central government, they've decided not to actively pursue it.
But
So you mean they're just leaving it alone?
I figured that's the conclusion they'd reach.
but it has AA pillar in it. What if it?
May I ask why they decided on that course of action?
Probably because they haven't found a way to eliminate it yet.
You think so?
Of course. After it swallowed the AA pillar like it was nothing, we've been at a loss as to how to take it down as well. We haven't come up with any definite way to destroy gluttony. At least, not at the moment.
Would it be definitive or definite?
We did think of attempting an extermination operation by deploying an elite combat squad from the Ark, the counter squad.
Aye, us.
However, given that the Ark has recently suffered a large-scale attack, it was decided that reinforcing the Ark's defenses was our top priority. As far as I know, our current strategy is to refrain from proactive engagement.
I see. I suppose that means we don't know of any way to restrain gluttony either.
I wonder how willing the commander would be to attack Gluttony to save Siren for Cinderella and Grave.
Siren.
Actually, that's not entirely true. It's far from exact, but...
There's a way?
well...
We have found a way to damage it. The only thing is that the method is rather extreme, and it requires a big sacrifice. As such, we've designated it as unviable.
When you say sacrifice, what do you mean?
Yeah. What kind of sacrifice?
Splendaman.
Someone has to enter through Gluttony's mouth and plant this onto its core.
Mana takes out a glass container filled with crystals, batteries.
Are those crystals?
Oh, I see what they're gonna. They're gonna use the crystals from the crystal region that absorb energy.
E2 crystals, to be precise. Harvested from the crystal region.
Yep.
They have a unique property where they absorb electrical energy upon contact. They then continue to expand until all energy is depleted. They are dangerous to Nikkes as well as raptures. Unless sealed within glass, like so, it will instantly consume anything it touches.
If we're able to plant that onto Gluttony's core...
Yes,
It'll go to town.
no matter how adept that creature is at absorbing and discharging energy, there would be no way for it to counteract a parasitic organism attached directly to its own core. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I'm positive this could take it down.
Then what are we waiting for?
Gluttony isn't simply going to sit still and let us plant this on it.
That's why this method was deemed infeasible.
Precisely. There had never been a recorded case of anyone escaping from gluttony after being consumed by it. But then you guys showed up. You all came shooting back up out of gluttony like some kind of miracle.
But that's all it is. A miraculous fluke, yes, but a fluke nonetheless. If you were to go back inside, the chances of coming out alive are still close to zero. Even with that pilgrim still being inside the beast. If something were to go wrong during your attempted entry, we would have no safeguards in place to respond to such a situation.
Right. If its mouth closes before you're all the way inside, or if the silver liquid touches you, you'd melt instantly.
I'll do it.
This isn't a decision you should make lightly.
I'm not making it lightly. I told you. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I want to save her. So I'll do it.
Mori.
I can do it.
All right.
In that case, there are two remaining uncertainties. A method to lure gluttony, and a way to keep its mouth open and hold it in place. If we can find answers to those two quandaries, It'd go a long way to ensuring the operation is successful.
A way to hold it in place.
You don't have any ideas at all?
No, we haven't come up with a solution for that yet. That's another reason why this operation was never attempted.
I see.
Okay. That should be enough information to go on.
Does that mean...
Yes. Let's go save Siren. Thank you both for your help. We will think of the rest ourselves.
Understood.
How are they gonna call it? Mating calls? No, I'm
Gaze
kidding.
upon me, my audience.
Or it was like,
Need a sharper sword.
wouldn't it make like whale noises? Recommendation site 01 indoors.
How in the world can we hold gluttony in place?
Mori, I've been thinking.
Yeah?
Remember how you told us you were willing to do anything?
Yes. I'll do anything you tell me to. Just say the word.
Then, could you perhaps lend me your phone for a moment?
Huh? My phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need it.
So this was at the end of
That's
the
it?
first one where
Why
she
do you
is.
make it sound so serious? I was bracing myself for something big.
Sorry, you seemed awfully tense, so I wanted to lighten the mood. Don't you feel a bit more relaxed now?
Yeah, sure. I'm positively stress-free. Anyway, here.
Mori hands over the cell phone to Mihara.
What do you need it for
I'm
anyway?
gonna talk to Jien.
I really don't know anyone who could help us.
There's someone. Someone very powerful.
I know someone like that?
You certainly do. She sent you to us.
Hold on. Are you?
I'm going to contact her. Is that okay?
Yes. It's okay. You don't have to keep asking for my permission. I told you. I'm willing to go through anything and everything. So hurry up and do it.
Thanks, Mori. I'll be right back.
You're not doing it here?
I think I'll need a little privacy for our conversation. Yuni, will you stay with Mori for a moment? It won't take long.
Shake, shake.
What's wrong, Yuni? Do you not want me to go? I'm sorry, but I really must go. I have something to discuss with this individual. I think they may have a solution to our problem. They should know a way for us to keep gluttony momentarily in check. Or, in other words, a perfect way for me to utilize my power. So, please, could you stay with Mori for a moment?
Mihara stands up.
I'll be right back.
Mihara walks outside, leaving Yuni behind. For some reason, Yuni can't fully explain. She feels nervous. Mihara seems to have come to some momentous decision. And the fact that Yuni doesn't know what it is, or how to stop it, terrifies her.
Are you okay, Yuni?
Yuni turns around and glares at Mori.
Yuni?
Staring at the one she believes is the cause of all this, Yuni is overcome by inexplicable... Wait, no. An inexplicable impulse. Okay. I was like, inexplicable, what? Mihara walks down the hallway, gripping Mori's phone.
Maybe contacting this person isn't the right choice. No, I need to settle this once and for all. Even if only for Yuni's sake. I can't keep living in the dark, constantly under threat. I can't protect anyone like this. I can't save anyone. I can't achieve anything. It'll end up just like before. I'll only end up full of sorrow. I need power. I need to get stronger. Let's do this.
Mihara unlocks Mori's phone and to make a call.
A message.
Mihara opens Mori's. Blab blab. Knock knock. Wait, I need a British accent. Knock knock. Mori. That's really bad. How is your task coming along? Sit down and quickly. Didn't I already read this? I saw the calling signal activate. Ah, are you dead perhaps? Hee hee. How tragic. No. I'm still alive. Wow, still kicking, are you? Excellent. It's nice to meet you, Jien. Hmm? Do you hear something? Don't you recognize me? It did hurt my head. So allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Mihara. Yeah, we went through this already. Oh my, how things... Can we talk? A little talk? Sure, why not? I'll contact you later. I'll be waiting. Yeah. We already went through all that.
Let's see how
Wait, she
high
didn't
your
even go to
pain
the surface, so
tolerance
she's gonna
is.
call her.
Well, hello there. Can you hear me?
There she is!
Yes, I can hear you.
I believe we haven't had the pleasure.
Man, I can believe Jien speak. She's more of the story.
That's right. Nice to meet you.
When is she gonna pop up in the main story? I want.
Wow, you really don't remember? I guess your last memory wipe was the one that finally stuck.
Oh, is that so?
I figured since you were hanging out with Yuni with an explosive collar of your own strapped on, you must have retained some of your old memories, but apparently not. What a shame.
Yes, it would have been nice if I remembered. Then I would have known about you much earlier.
Aw, how nice of you. However, I don't see Mori. You didn't off her, did you?
She's such a nice kid. How could I kill her? She's somewhere safe, resting.
Ah, I see. If she isn't dead, why isn't she the one contacting me? Apparently she's not as afraid of being disposed of as I thought.
What did you say?
Didn't she tell you? If she doesn't report back with her findings on my little experiment, she's headed for the scrap heap. I assumed you knew everything since you're contacting me on her phone. Looks like I was wrong again.
This is my first time hearing all this.
Well then, this is quite a pickle. I'm rather curious to hear about the outcome of the experiment. Perhaps I should ask you how it went?
If I tell you, what's in it for me?
Look at the little negotiator. You're a cheeky one.
Oh my god.
What do you want?
It's a big ask. Is that okay?
Hearing you out doesn't cost me anything.
All right, then I'll get to it. Stop this calling signal experiment on Yuni.
I'd rather not.
Stop meddling in Mori's life and spare her.
I'll consider it.
And one more thing.
More? Aren't you the greedy one?
Help me become stronger. That's everything.
Oh, now that's an interesting proposal. But it's a rather steep price to pay simply to satisfy my own curiosity.
Why didn't she tell...
I could cherry pick any test subject I wanted from the ones up for disposal.
Why hasn't Mihara told her what happened, actually?
Why should I go through all this trouble of dealing with you instead?
How about this? I'll be the one to undergo the experiment. Not Yuni. Does that sweeten the deal?
Do you even know what kind of experiments I'm conducting?
Yeah.
You're inserting a rapture core inside a Nikke. Isn't that it?
Oh,
Oh.
What'd you say?
There are 2 cores inside Yuni.
2 cores? What are you talking about? How do you know that?
When you were all falling, do you remember how I caught you with my bubbles?
Yes.
When someone enters my bubble, I can learn a lot about them. That's how I found out. Yuni was used as a test subject and fused with a rapture. She now carries 2 cores inside her.
And are you saying one of those cores is...
Yes. I believe it belonged to a rapture.
a rapture core?
Oh,
So that's why she reacted the way she did to the calling signal.
I believe that is the reason why. Yes, right now, at least, the Nikke core is dominant. That allows for Yuni's consciousness to maintain control over her body. But hearing the calling signal seems to activate the rapture core. Continual exposure to it could cause the rapture instincts to take her over completely. For someone like Yuni, whose external body has been fused with a rapture, Her identity as a Nikke could become even more unstable. You must be careful.
I'll keep that in mind. Judging by your expression, I'd say I'm on the mark.
You're something else. You know that? How did you know?
Sorry, it's a secret.
Come now, give me just a little tease.
Do we have a deal or what?
Well, it is an enticing proposal. All
I
of
don't
my
think it is.
previous test subjects were Nikke's about to be scrapped. With you, I'd have a chance to implant a rapture core into someone special. A Nikke who was handcrafted by my adorable little sister, piece by piece.
Oh.
Yuni's external body had already been fused with rapture parts, so it was already an alternative experiment in many ways. When the Mantis Squad was corrupted, I wondered if I could potentially find a use for them.
Mantis Squad? Isn't it Matisse? It sounded like she said Mantis Squad. The Mantis Squad. Oh no. Dubbing.
But then, much to my disappointment, they were healed. After Uni, I didn't expect another opportunity like this to come along.
I'm glad that you're satisfied.
I certainly am. I had no idea such interesting Nikkes existed. I feel like I've been missing out. If I'd known about you earlier, I would have taken you in back when you got shot in the head.
If you'd done that, then this moment wouldn't be possible, would it?
Fair point. So what is it that you're really after? Why are you so willing to subject your body to my experiments? You have 3 requests. Is that really everything?
Yes, that's everything.
Now that I think about it, your requests seem rather modest. Why do you want to become stronger? Do you find you're somehow lacking when it comes to eliminating raptures?
I want to take down gluttony.
Ah, gluttony! Yes, that would be an impossible task in your current state. It is officially classified as a tyrant class, but in actuality it's far beyond that. There's a reason it's named after a cardinal sin. But didn't you receive a new body recently?
Yes, but I lack the ability to fully utilize its power.
In other words, you lack talent.
I figured if anyone would have a solution, it would be you.
You figured right. If you undergo the same experiment Uni did, you will definitely become stronger. So that problem will resolve itself automatically. However, that means one of your wishes would have been granted without any real input from me. In that case, we'll say that I owe you one. You can come to me with a request later, and I'll grant it.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. You, of all people, should know that implanting a rapture core onto a living Nikke is akin to a death sentence. If you want to back out, now's your last chance.
I've already
Back
gone
up.
through 2 memory wipes. And I'm walking around with a bomb strapped to my neck. I'm getting used to living life on the edge.
That may be so, but carrying 2 cores around is a different kind of thrill altogether.
That's Rappy.
It's no different from the pain I've had to endure up to this point.
Alright, fine. If that's
the
what
record is a
you
bit
really
different.
want,
There's like 2 Nikkes in one.
I'll stop playing around with the calling signal. I'll also give you what you want when it comes to that incubator friend of yours. As for the strength you desire, I will put it within your grasp.
Thank you.
But I get something in return. You're now my test subject for life. I get to do whatever I want to you, and you're expected to grin and bear it. Got that?
Yes. Understood.
Good. I think you're officially fit for my experimenting table.
Damn it, she's like... Jien.
No need to fear.
The mad
Literally is
scientist.
here.
Oops, god damn it. I pressed that wrong.
I hate her. She's been following us ever
left
Wow,
the
we get to
Ark.
hear Yuni.
There's so much terror in her eyes, and yet she still came here with the intent of ruining me and Mihara. She activated that calling signal and made me suffer. She almost got Mihara killed. If Siren wasn't there, I would have killed Mihara with my own hands. I'll never forgive her for that.
Yuni?
Mori steps back. Yuni walks toward Mori.
This girl tried to put Mihara in danger. She's put strange thoughts into Mihara's mind. She's put Mihara in danger. I can't forgive her. I won't forgive her.
Stay back, Yuni.
Yuni reaches out and grabs Mori's neck. She's choking her.
I must kill her.
It makes me think of like a Jason Voorhees. Do it, Jason. Kill them. Kill them for mother.
She put Mihara in danger. She's trying to kill Mihara. She killed Mihara. She's the most despicable thing there is. She's like me.
Yuni's eyes start to glow red.
Yuni! I'm sorry.
Tears start to flow from Mori's eyes.
I know you won't forgive me.
Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
I know I don't deserve forgiveness.
I said I don't want to hear it.
But you have to let me save Siren. Once I've saved her, then you can kill me.
The tears from Mori's eyes fall onto Yuni's hand.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please, I'm begging you. I know what those words mean. They're the words spoken when you desperately want to save someone precious to you. When you want to help them so badly, but you're powerless. And so all you can do is beg. Beg and speak desperate, pleading words. I understand, but I don't want to. I hate that she's like me in this way. I hate that she thinks the same way I do. I can't kill her.
Yuni loosens her grip and Mori collapses to the ground. No. Yuni slumps to the ground.
Yuni, I'm sorry. Sorry for putting you through this. For putting you and Mihara in harm's way again.
I know you are.
I still want to save her. She's the first person to ever be kind to me. And I loved it. I don't want to lose her or that feeling no matter what.
I understand.
I know that you feel the same way about Mihara. And yes, despite me knowing that, I'm still making you go out and put yourselves in danger.
God, man, lesbians are so violent.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so selfish. I'm sorry.
I know it all too well. How it feels to know affection for the first time. And how it feels when you lose it. I know that sorrow. That ache. I understand why Mihara wants to help her. To be honest, I also think we should save Siren. That's why I can't find it in myself to despise her fully.
Tears start flowing from Yuni's mask.
Yuni?
But I'm scared. I'm terrified. Terrified of losing Mihara again.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Everyone's fucking cried. Two broken hearts stood up together across from one another. Each understands the other more than anyone else ever could. What? I can understand people. Each feels sorry for the other, and both are afraid of losing what is most precious to them. And so they sit together and they cry.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Mihara!
Yuni senses strange vibes coming from Mihara.
Huh? What's wrong? Is something on your mind?
Yuni shakes her head.
What are those marks on Mori's neck?
Huh? Oh, nothing. I just bumped into a wall. Isn't that right, Yuni? Isn't that right?
Well, I think something happened. But whatever it was, it seems like you two have resolved it. So, I won't...
I appreciate it. Anyways, what took you so long? Did something happen?
No, nothing happened. I just... found a way to become stronger, that's all.
What do you mean by that?
Excuse me.
Amanda opens the door and comes inside.
Oh, wow. We were about to make our way over to you. I appreciate you coming to us.
I think we can skip the small talk. Here.
Amanda hands Mori a glass jar containing crystals and batteries.
These are the E2 crystals for the operation.
Okay.
As I mentioned, they absorb electrical energy and are incredibly dangerous. For Nikke's, even the slightest physical contact with these crystals will cause the body to be corrupted. Do not ever take them out of the jar, under any circumstances. If by any chance you do accidentally come into contact with the crystals, you must immediately shut down the power to that area of your body to prevent it from spreading. Understood?
Got it.
Mihara,
Yes?
everything is riding on this. Failure isn't an option.
I owe you, Mana.
If you want to repay me, come back alive. All of you. I'll be waiting.
We'll come back, no matter what.
The sound of something melting. Blurb blurb. The sound of something boiling. Flash. The sound of flowing liquid. Amidst those countless sinister sounds, Little Mermaid opens her eyes. Beyond the thinning bubble lines, the thinning bubble lines. I've been playing too much of the mini game. The bubbles. My bubble battle lines. The bubble lies a crimson ocean. Inside that
The core!
lies Gluttony's core, staring back at her. Circuit for accident clicking off. Little Mermaid senses it immediately.
I've been discovered! Gluttony knows I've been hiding the AA pillar from it. The bubble barrier is thinner than before. Probably because I condensed some of the bubbles around the AA pillar. That must have made it easier to detect.
The bubble ignites as it touches the seawater. The droplets rush out to repair the crumbling bubble wall. Silver liquid seeps through the gaps that can't be repaired in time.
You really want to eat this, don't you?
Clench. Little Mermaid tightly embraces the encased AA pillar and gazes at Gluttony's core.
Well, you can't have it. I don't
You
care how
can't
much
have
you glare at me. I'm not handing it over. I
Just
won't let you
glaring
have
at
it.
me.
My bubbles will dissolve the energy, and it will disappear.
A shooting pain courses through Little Mermaid's entire body, from her fingertips to her toes. At the same time, a bubbling sensation surges from within her.
I'm reaching my limit, and I'm starting to feel the side effects from the bubbles. Before long, my entire body will be turned into liquid metal. Ew.
As her vision gradually fades, Little Mermaid wonders, if she closes her eyes, how many more times will she be able to open them?
No, not yet. I can't stop now. Not until all this energy is depleted.
Desperately embracing the immense energy to keep it from escaping, Little Mermaid closes her eyes again. Mihara and Yuni track Gluttony's movements. Meanwhile, Mori follows behind, not saying a word. Along the way, they encounter rapture after rapture. Time and time again, they take them down, relocate Gluttony's trail, and press forward. It is Mori's first true skirmish with a rapture, entirely like her previous encounters with them. In the past, she had only caught glimpses of raptors while fleeing from support squads, but this is something else altogether more terrifying. It feels as if the raptors could end her life at any moment with a single attack. Her wounds accumulate and wear her down. So many times she wants to collapse, to run away. She wants nothing more than to dig a hole in the ground and hide. But each time Mori thinks of this, she clenches her teeth and thinks about the two others whom she dragged into this. She thinks about Yuni's eyes, filled with tears and terrified of losing Mihara, or Mihara's relentless effort to grant her wish, or Siren, who had sacrificed herself in order to save everyone, and was now trapped inside Gluttony, facing her imminent doom. Mori thinks about every word Siren had said, every affectionate gesture she had shown to her. As she recalls all this, Mori rejects her fear. She'd force herself up again, force her feet to move forward. She tightens her grip on her gun, even though she wants to grab a shovel and dig. On and on she runs, without any concept of day or night, until finally...
I'm not seeing a trail anymore. Gluttony must be close.
We are just one step away from the place where Little Mermaid is waiting.
We finally found her.
You know, when are they gonna release like a big side event story where
You're a rather tenacious foe.
I'm like a big part of it? Like ones that actually have to do with plot. I mean, there was Rappy's story, but it was like
A commendable battle, but I desire stronger
I was only there at the
opponents
beginning and
next
end because she's
time.
like, "Hey, sit down and tell you a story."
No need to
Is
fear.
basically what happened.
Litter is here.
There's a beach here. Yes, this should work nicely.
Is Gluttony here?
Yeah, it should be underground, within a 10-kilometer radius.
10 kilometers? How are we supposed to find it?
How do you think? We need to lure it out.
But how?
By using the beach, for starters. Setting up here will allow us to minimize the amount of raptures that could swarm us.
Then what?
Since Gluttony reacts to strong energy sources, I'd say it stands to reason that's what we have to use to lure it, don't you?
Do we have something that's capable of producing that much energy?
We do. Both of you, listen to me carefully. I'll lure out Gluttony. Yuni, once I get it to stop, you need to make sure it doesn't close its mouth. You need to hold it open for as long as you can, however you can, until Mori and Siren are out of there. There's a chance they might not be able to escape through Gluttony's breathing hole. While Yuni's doing that, Mori, you need to take the E2 crystals and hop inside its mouth.
Okay.
Huh. It's like poetry, it rhymes, right?
The main reason Siren refuses to come out is that
Mori's gonna have to be more brave than Levi.
she intends on sacrificing herself in order to eliminate the energy inside the AA pillar. In other words, if we can't convince Siren to leave of her own accord, we can't save her. That's why your role is the most crucial, Mori. Not only do you have to go back inside Gluttony and plant the E2 crystals onto its core, you also have to meet up with Siren and convince her to come out. You can do it. No, you need to do it. We came here to save a life, not to lose our own.
You're right. I have to do it. I have to save her no matter what. That's why I asked for your help.
Mori looks at Yuni and Mihara.
You both are risking your lives for my sake. I won't fail you.
You better,
You've
bitch.
become a real trustworthy ally, Mori.
Yeah, I should start
Don't make fun of me when
reading
I'm being serious.
Yuni's lines as
All
random
right.
stuff.
All right. Anyway,
Mihara walks forward. Fuck that shit! Yuni urgently grabs Mihara's hand.
yes, Yuni?
What are we gonna scissor? Yuni shakes her head at Mihara. Though she can't explain her why. Her instincts are telling her to stop Mihara.
Yuni.
I hate that commander guy. He ruined us. Yuni shakes her head desperately, pleading for Mihara not to go through with this.
It's okay. I would never leave you behind. We promised each other that we would truly see each other, that we would feel each other's pain, and that we would atone for our sins together.
Damn.
I haven't forgotten that promise, and I intend to keep it.
Mihara lock eyes.
Trust me, and wait. Failure is not an option.
Kiss me. Yuni lets go of Mihara's hand.
Thank you, Yuni. I'll be back.
Mihara steps forward again, leaving Yuni behind.
Code release. Activate all cores to their limit. Initiate fusion.
Recognition complete. Activate all cores in body to their limit. Error. Reaction error. Fusion unsuccess. Unlock code. Deep.
Deep.
Activate all cores in body to their limit.
Wait a minute. Does that have to do with... Is this a reference to Deep? The actual... I am the Alpha and the Vega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end.
Initiating fusion.
The area near Mihara's core starts glowing red.
Mihara!
Mihara curls up, unable to withstand the pain.
What did you just say? Put what where?
Mana, you did receive what I sent, didn't you?
I believe so. Are you talking about this?
Mina points at a palm-sized black box.
That's it. Looks like it arrived safely. I was worried because the elevator wasn't working properly. I suppose sending something small doesn't pose any issues.
I would like you to insert this in my body.
Excuse me?
It's a special gift I prepared for Mihara.
A black box.
To get her
In the
stronger
body.
much more quickly. Tuck it safe and sound beside her Nikke core if you would. I would have loved to handle it myself, what with this being the first experiment and all. But as you know, I don't exactly have freedom of movement right now.
I'm still not following.
Mihara was the one who contacted me. Quite eagerly, I must say. She told me she requires additional strength in order to fight gluttony. Given that she couldn't utilize her current body's ability to its fullest, she wanted my help. And to that end, she agreed to become my test subject.
Mihara?
Madam
That's why I prepared this
Mihara.
doohickey for her.
Doohickey? Oh my god. No, Jien. Doohickey?
It's quite risky to be sure, but if you want to enhance a Nikke's abilities in one go, it's the best option available.
So it's meant to enhance Nikke's abilities, yet you're having me insert it beside her core separately. Is this a rapture core?
You're familiar with the ins and outs of Nikke bodies. I'm sure you can insert it next to her current core easily enough, right?
This is incredibly dangerous. If I insert this inside her, the Nikke core could...
Do you remember your promise from long ago?
Is this a... Is she referencing... When...
You said you would help me the next time I wanted to do something good. Well, now's that time. I can't leave the Ark at the moment. And Mihara needs to fortify her strength straight away. That leaves us with you, Mana.
No.
You're the only one who can do this.
Do so when I want to do something good. I wouldn't consider this good.
You call inserting this inside a Nikke a good thing?
Exactly.
Of course. I'm giving a Nikke who wants to be stronger the power she deserves. What's more benevolent than that?
But a Nikke and Rapture core can't exist together. You of all people should know that a Nikke's core...
Yes, I know. Nikke cores have a barrier which prevents them from reacting with other cores. But what if you could break past that barrier?
What? Are you telling me you figured out a way? How?
That's my little secret. If I told you, you might have to get sent somewhere awfully dangerous. You don't want that, do you?
No.
Now then, be a good girl, would you? Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. Don't peek inside the box and just put it inside her, okay?
Understood.
What's this barrier you're both talking about?
Nikke cores have a safety mechanism, which
Lord.
makes it so they can't react with other cores. Even if it's two Nikke cores in one body, it prevents them from interacting. It would also prevent Rapture cores from devouring the Nikke core, and vice versa.
You mean Nikke and Rapture cores can consume each other?
Yes, a clear example of that is core dust.
That's what that is?
It can
It's
distill
not so hard
a
to get.
rapture core down to its essence and use that to stimulate growth within a Nikke's own core.
Jien!
Oh.
Oh dear, there I go again, running my mouth.
What was that? Distill a raptor core down to its essence and use that to stimulate the growth of the Nikke's core. Interesting. So Nikke is consumed.
If you knew any more about this, Mihara, you'd never be allowed up on the surface again. So I'll stop there. On the other hand, it's nice knowing the stakes, don't you think?
Of course. It's important to know these things.
Now then, Mihara, once that core is implanted into your body, all the abilities you previously couldn't draw out from your body will fully awaken. If there are no changes after the surgery, then it means your body itself is defective. However, I can quite confidently say that my sister is the best of the best when it comes to building Nikkes. So I'm sure you'll become much stronger, Mihara. That is, if you can endure the pain. Every prior test subject has died because they couldn't withstand the pain. You, however, said you'd be willing to do anything. So I'm sure you'll be able to endure it, won't you?
Maybe.
Of course.
I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Mara clenches her teeth. That's not really clenching as far as like she's. Just as Jien warred, a pain beyond anything imaginable courses through Mihara's body. Her vision repeatedly turns red, fades away, and then comes back. Beep, crackle.
Warning, system error. Warning, core response error. Warning, core resonance activation. Warning, core type. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
Series of warning sound and error message blare out.
I know. You're not used to a core like this. But you've got to accept it.
Mihara closes her eyes, images of present sensations surging through her. There we go, now she's gritting her teeth. Inside her body, near her core, is a searing heat, like a blazing inferno. The core configuration expands and begins to engulf Mihara's own core.
Warning, barrier. Reactivation required. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
Countless warning sounds echo in her head. Mihara's movements, senses, and everything slowly becomes consumed by fire.
If this continues, my body will...
Cree! Mihara's body begins glowing even redder. The insides of her core boils like a massive fireball, a volcano on the verge of eruption. As it rages on, her consciousness drifts further and further away. It's then that Mihara realizes. The moment she is completely consumed by the flames, she, as she knows herself, would cease to exist. From somewhere she can't see, someone is screaming. A familiar voice cries out in agony. It screams, imploring her not to leave her behind. Who is it? Who's calling me? Yuni and Mihara lock eyes. Yuni's eyes tremble with fear, terrified of losing Mihara once again. Her eyes beg Mihara to keep her promise. Mihara can't let those eyes be filled with despair again. Mihara bites down on her cheek, harder. The sharp pain in her mouth pulls Mihara back to life. Oh, totally skipped the
Don't worry.
Yuni.
I'll accept it all. The pain. The sorrow. The desperation. All of it. I'll take it all in. I will never abandon you. This time, no matter what, I will bring you back on the right path. If we die together. I will claim this power as my own, in order to protect our bond. No matter how great the pain, I'll do this so that no one will ever take you away from me again.
Light begins to radiate from Mihara's body.
Mihara?
Whoosh, there's power coming out of her. A purplish light, dark enough almost to be black, bursts forth from Mihara's core. In chain-like patterns, the same color spread all over her body. This is like something Mihara recognizes the changes in her body. She now realizes how to awaken the sensations contained within all living things. No matter how much larger the target is, no matter how overwhelmingly powerful they are, or how much pain they can endure. None of it matters anymore, so long as her foes are alive, and connected to her via these chains on her body. She knows that she can now feel their pain as well. She can endure any amount of suffering they inflict upon her. Of that she is certain.
Such power. My arms could be ripped off. My entire body could be smashed to a pulp. And I would enjoy it.
Fucking
There's
masochist.
no limit to the pain that I can now endure.
Ugh.
How thrilling.
Comes full
All
circle.
of the fun I'm going to have.
With the clinking sound of chain links, the patterns in her body fade and then disappear into her skin.
In order to establish a connection with these chains,
Mihara lifts the pendulum attached to the end of her whip.
all I have to do is stab the enemy with this. Siren was right. If this is the kind of ability she originally envisioned, then the sensory exchange I was capable of before could only be considered a failure.
Mihara looks at Yuni and Mori, who are watching her anxiously.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I've never felt this powerful in my life. Almost omnipotent. And considering how much energy I just released, it's bound to come calling. Everyone, back up.
Prepare for battle! Ow. He does have like little tentacles. Gluttony emerges from the ground.
Gluttony!
Now that our guest has accepted my invitation, let's go, Yuni.
Mihara steps forward, resembling a female prison warden. About to weave a massive prison. Wait, we have a massive prison for prey. Oh my
Let
god.
the hunt begin.
I can't really call her prison warden. They